Hi guys, and Amy. This is gonna be the shittiest video I've ever made, and I have like 9 minutes to make it. I also am eating dinner, and my laptop's about to die. There's also really crappy lighting, so combination of of things going wrong right now. I filmed the video on Sunday, haven't had a chance to edit it, so that was supposed to be my video Wednesday. But as Amy failed to mention in her video, because I watched like the first like 5 seconds of it, not 5 seconds, but few minutes, and then remembered that I hate people, and I kind of was thinking about something, and now I want to rant about it. So that's what this video is gonna be about. Um, Basically, I've worked 40 hours this week. I had 2 shifts Thursday and not Thursday, Wednesday. And I worked like 7 hours today. And I have 7.5 tomorrow. And granted, that's not a lot. But when you work at a grocery store and you work with abusive managers and abusive coworkers, and it's not a good environment, I will say. Um, it's just a really crappy environment, but I really don't really have another choice at this moment, and um, not many people are going to be hiring right now because it's already the end of May, and I can only work until August, and then I'll be gone, so nobody's going to really hire me in the first place. I might look like one, but it's not, it's a noodle. Oh my god, soy sauce in my shirt. I have, Chinese noodles, I forgot what they're called. I think it's lo mein. Is it lo mein? I don't remember. I'm too, Italian for that. It's Chinese spaghetti. um, Sean's gonna punch me in the face when he sees that. Basically, I wanted to rant about how much I hate people. Because when you work at a grocery store, obviously some barcodes and some prices and things aren't going to match the aisles or the stickers in the aisles because it takes a lot to run a grocery store. That's gonna bother me. And not all of our prices are going to match, and some things get put back in wrong places. And sometimes the tags, excuse me, are matched up on the shelf with the wrong product. So there could be like 20 tags, and it's only one box of like mac and cheese, but there's like 10 different tags for this one box. So everyone will automatically assume it's the lowest tag, and then scream at you for it being wrong when I have no decision in the price at all, and I can't change it. Basic general things. And then I'll have to call the manager over to change it, and they'll be like, hold on, let's go check this price. And they'll bring them over to the aisle and look at the tags and see which one it really is, and then explain to them that it's wrong and that they are actually going to be paying like $5 instead of $3. And the customer comes back and just starts screaming at me about how the manager is lying and how the manager is just making things up to get more money. Like, if you really cared to know, I will teach you how to read a tag thing. One of the sale tags. Like, it's not hard to read. It says right on it what the product is. If you want to know if you aren't sure about what it, like, the abbreviations of the products, it has the barcode on it, so you just read the barcode number. Like, there are multiple ways to check. And the manager is not going to just take the little shortcut and be like, no, it's this one because it's the most expensive thing. No. Or this matches the price of what's coming up in the register. No, they're going to care to look and make sure you're getting the right price, because then it's their job to go in and change it in the system if it's wrong. And, the manager's going to do that. But then there's not just the customer aspect of why I hate people. There's also the people who I work with who are literal idiots. Well, I don't want to say literal idiots, but yeah, they are. Most people I work with, I love. Like, they're all the sweetest people, and they're hilarious, and they understand my hatred for people. They too hate people. But there's these few workers there that refuse to do their job, the few aspects of their job, and will do the bare minimum. So, for example, the baggers are supposed to bag the groceries, follow simple bagging rules of not putting under like 2 items in a bag unless requested by the customer. You're not supposed to double bag unless you're asked by the customer, which everybody does. I mean, it's no big deal. You're not supposed to mix meats with vegetables. Like, you're supposed to keep things separate, which they won't do. They'll just throw some things in a bag. The bag's gonna rip, everything's gonna break, and it's gonna fall. And then they have fruit everywhere, or like little berries everywhere, and then they don't pick them up because it's not their job. Why would it ever be their job? Their job is to just put things in bags. But when things fall out of the bags, it's not their fault. It's not their job. And the baggers are also supposed to bring anything back. So if there's any items that the customer doesn't want, like an apple or something, if there's like a package of like fruit and the customer doesn't want it because of the price or just to change their mind, the bagger is supposed to bring it back, especially if it's produce or if it's a frozen, like, coolered thing. They are supposed to do that. That is literally in their job description. But this one kid, he's a literal know-it-all. Like, it has to be his way or there's no other way. And he thinks he knows everything. And it pisses me off because he doesn't know shit. Like, every single thing he could possibly do wrong, he does. To the point where the managers don't even want him near registers. Like, they will stick him up bagging or on carts. And then carts, he will complain 5 minutes after pushing in 2 carriages. And he'll complain about how it's hot outside or how it's cold outside. Or how it's hurting his hand or how they're, like, heavy or whatever. When every other carriage, or, like, person, every other carriage guy will push carriages for 4 hours straight. It will only come inside to get a drink. And then they will go back outside. Or they'll only come inside to have their break. And then he will push 2 carriages in and complain because it's too much for him. Or he's sweating or whatever. I'm not kidding. Those are little excuses he's used. I have to go soon. He pisses me off. He doesn't do his job, and when he's told he isn't doing his job, he gets mad, and there's a hissy fit because he is doing his job and no one else is doing theirs because he shouldn't have to do that because that's not his job. The manager's telling him directly that it is his job, and it is his job because everybody else in the store knows how to do it. Earlier, I asked him to bring back a package of strawberries. And he kind of, like, rolled his eyes. He was huffing and puffing, whatever. I know how he is. I was, whatever, I ignored it. I was just like, thanks. Bring it back. Don't give me attitude. Like, I'm younger than you. First off, I am younger than you. And I'm also trusted on a register. If I'm on a register, I'm not supposed to leave the register. And if you're a bagger, your job is to bring stuff back. Part of your job is to bring things back. So you can't even complain. Because that is part of your job. Sorry, my dinner's like getting cold now. And then, maybe 2 hours later. So not even 5 minutes later. 2 hours later. Somebody had one of those pre-cut fruit packages that was being $15. And they thought it was $5 because that's how much it is per pound. And I was like, no, it's by pound. So it ends up being $20. And they were like, oh, no, I don't want that. So I was like, hey, can you bring this back? He's like, oh, we just want me to do everything, don't you? And was just freaking out and yelling at me because I asked him to bring one thing back. And I was like, are you serious? Okay, it is your job. And I kind of just looked at him and I was like, are you kidding me? And the manager was right there and she was just screamed at him. And she was like, it's part of your job, do it. And he's just like, well, why can't she do it? I mean, it's her project. And I was throwing a tantrum because he had to walk 2 feet to put it back. Yeah. Just, yeah. I would, but I am not allowed to leave my register, especially during the middle of an order. If I could, I would have walked it back. Like, it's not a big deal. I would use the exercise. I don't really care. Like, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not going to throw a hissy fit. I'm going to bring it back if I was asked to. Especially if it was, like, where I could bring it back. Like, I'm not going to complain and throw a hissy fit about it. But, nope. And then the manager was yelling at me after because I shouldn't be asking him to do that and I should ask somebody else to do it. Even though it's in his job description, and every time I'm a bagger, I'm nonstop walking back and forth through the aisles, bringing everything back for everyone. You know, I can do it without complaining, but God forbid he say one thing. Oh no. Like, God forbid he has to bring one thing back. Like, he pisses me off, like, to no end. And I was earlier saying that, I wanted to, like, karate chop him. Yeah, that's a giant mushroom. I don't want that mushroom. I don't like mushrooms. There's another one. Literally the title of this, I hate people and mushrooms. Because I hate mushrooms. Look at the freaking size of this one. It's disgusting. It's too big. I just hate people. I love working. As much as I complain about it, I love the actual act of getting money and doing something to get money. And I don't mind being a cashier because there's a lot of cute little old people. And I have a lot of, like, friends there. And I know a lot of the customers because I've been there for, like, 2 years now. So, I know a lot of people there, like, whatever, I don't mind. It's not, like, the actual job that I hate. I don't mind working. Like, I honestly don't care to work. I'm gonna have to do it at some point in my life. Like, might as well do it now. I don't mind being cashier because it's really not a lot of work. And it's literally just scanning things. Just like, boop, boop, boop. Oh no, here's a case of water. Boop. Like, it's literally that easy. And then, oh, your total's $27.50. Oh, out of $40? Okay, here's your change. Like, it's so freaking simple. But I don't understand how people can't do it. Like, I don't understand if he had, like, a disability or something. Like, I would understand, or, not like him, but, like, I don't understand if, like, people had disabilities, or, like, if, you know, like, that's a completely different story. But if you're an able-bodied person and you can't move a box to one side of the register from the other, then I don't understand. I mean, you can tell me in the comments. I don't really care. But I'm going to be better about it, and I'm going to be whatever, you know. You know. I don't understand people. It's just that simple. I don't understand people. Like, if it's part of your job, or if somebody asks you to do something, you don't give them attitude about it. Unless they're asking you to do something completely unreasonable. Like, if I was telling him to go climb Mount Everest to bring strawberries to the top, then, yeah, I'd understand that he wouldn't want to do that. And, like, you can give me a little attitude if I ask you to do that. Like, whatever, I don't care. But I'm not asking you to walk down 3 registers and up the aisle of the register and put it in the cooler that's there. And you're gonna complain and give me an argument about it? No. Just no. Like, know that I'm going to bitch you out, and I will say something to you. I will also say something to the manager, who will then say something to you. Because if I file a complaint about you because nobody likes you, the manager's gonna say something to you. Keep in mind, this kid has been suspended like 5 times for saying things he shouldn't say, or being really racist and saying like really racist things to customers, and for sexual harassment, everything you could possibly think of, you could be suspended for. But they can't fire him because of like the union, and which kind of pisses me off. Like, if he should be fired, then he should be fired. It's that simple. Like, if you're gonna suspend somebody for 2 months, you might as well fire them. Like, that's just, there's no point in keeping them after that, because they're just gonna pull the same shit. But he's literally does it, and he has since day one of knowing him. And it's not even him at work, because I knew him outside of work and went to school with him and bowled with him, and he's just the same way everywhere, where he thinks he knows everything, and if you try to tell him differently, then you're just wrong, and he's not going to do more than he's asked to, because you're just wrong, and it's not his job in the first place. So why would he ever do something different? He just pisses me off, and I hate people. I also hate mushrooms. Amy, this has been a Friday. I was supposed to post on Wednesday, but now you get 2 videos on Friday. I mean, it's A-okay. I have to go get my mom. I stole her car, so I have to go pick her up from work. I will see you guys on Wednesday, and I'll probably post the video I was supposed to post this week, but I mean, what are you gonna do? And especially when you're working 40 hours. And I'm off Tuesday, so I can go Tuesday. Bye guys. Bye Amy.